Yes, account manager at Softline. Sorry, I will not show my video for saving the internet bandwidth. Yep, sorry. And our webinar topic today is about boost your design with photorealistic render with SketchUp and V-Ray, which is the solution for 3D design and 3D render. We have our guest speaker from Vantage Groups, Mr. Cillian, product specialist, and also Mr. Wu Tran, technical specialist from Korea. We will have a quiz at the end of each session as well. Please help to provide your feedback. And we also have a few small gift for customer who provide feedback form at the end of the session. Not to waste more time, let me invite first speaker, Mr. Painmoni Sara, the country sales manager at Softline Cambodia. He will have a quick introduction about Softline Cambodia. Then we can go through our session. Thank you. I over it to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Ms. Srilek. So, good morning, Okay, so today, thank you very much for joining us about the webinar to boost your design for the realistic rendering with SketchUp and V-ray. So, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Misara. I'm the country sales leader for Softline based in Cambodia. And today we have our guest speaker from Korea and as well from Chaos Group. So we will have Mr. Wu Tran to deliver presentation about SketchUp, and following by Mr. Hans Cillian, who is going to deliver the presentation about VRay. So before we are going to the interesting topic, so let me introduce a little bit about Softline. Who are the who is Softline? Okay. So let me switch. Okay. So Softline is a digital transformation solution and cybersecurity service provider. So we're starting our company 25 years ago. So we have been in the market for the IT for 25 years already. So we started with the capital, the revenue at the beginning, we having 1.5 million, and over the time we have achieved, and by the figure of the 2020, we have achieved our revenue about 1.8 billion. So Softline, we have around 5,000 employees with the presence of 95 cities, 95 branches over the 50 countries. Okay, so about the Softline Present, so our headquarters, we have our main office in Moscow, in Russia, and we also have our branches in India, in Middle East, Latin America, Eastern Europe, as well, especially in the Southeast Asia. So we have Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Thailand in Southeast Asia. Okay, so let me sharing a quick achievement that we have made over the time. So I would like to share that Softline is the top partner from Microsoft, and we are the global managed partner. There is only 6 global managed partners around the globe, and Softline is one among that. And so recently we have received a recognition from Microsoft as the country partner of the year for the 2021. And it is the third time that we are receiving this recognition. This is the result of the support from our customer, and thanks to all the customers that support our Softline so far. And as well, Softline is recognized as the Azure expert MSP. We have the team to support not only the productivity, but also the infrastructure on the cloud. Okay, let's have a quick look on our corporate vendor. So I would like to highlight some of the key vendors that we have been cooperated with. So today we having our vendors from SketchUp. Also, we are providing Autodesk, and also for the productivity side, we are the gold partner of Microsoft. We are the global partner of the Microsoft. Also, we have status as a platinum partner with Oracle. We also having status with Google, Amazon Web Service, Red Hat, VMware, and for the security part, we have from Microsoft as well as the other product like Kaspersky, Symantec, ESET, and as well for the hardware, we have Dell EMC, also Nutanix, and HPE, as well from we have the managed engine as the Swiss Dash, the ITSM management tool. Okay, so also we are having the tool for the pen test and assessment. Okay, share a little bit about our customer globally. So we have a very high status and a global customer around the globe. So I want to highlight especially about the Coca-Cola. So we having the contract with them, not only supporting for the software and as well as the consultation on the infrastructure and on the cloud Azure. Okay, so next one is I want to share about the Softline service and solution. So we are the digital transformation solution service provider. So we are helping our customer both from the productivity and as well when the customer moving toward the digital transformation, there are a lot of things that they need to consider, especially about security. So we are also having our expert team to support on the consultation as well as implementation for the cyber security, as well the cloud solution, the Internet of Things, big data, as well the software as the traditionally like software licensing on premise, as well as the subscription, or we also doing the hardware. And another point is about the ERP system. We have a solution for the business solution like CRM, SAP, document workflow, etc. Okay, so let's look a little bit closer. So for the software licensing, we are providing both on-premise and subscription as well as the cloud. So for the licensing and subscription, we are doing in both. For example, when you need software for every company, you will need first of all the communication tool, as well the tool for your input data and sharing the content and data around. Okay, so next, in order to make sure that all your data and file and infrastructure, internal and external, are secure. So we also having our team to provide a solution on security on first on the infrastructure on premise, as well we have solution for the data protection, also the application security, as well as the security management tool like SIM, EDR solution, or SOC solution. Okay. Next is about multi-cloud. So Softline is also providing the multi-cloud solution. So in case that you have a big infrastructure and you have both on-premise as well as the hybrid cloud, also you are having some of the infrastructure on the other cloud provider like Amazon, like Google, or Microsoft Azure. So Softline is also be able to provide multi-cloud management solution for our customer. Okay. So next one is about the business solution. So we have our team and experience to develop and customize on electronic document workflow, business process automation, portal solution, as well as the project management solution. So For the construction area, project management is very important. So I guess today most of our attendee is from designing and construction area. Especially today, the topic is very interesting for the designer and the architecture in the construction. So you will need the tool to make sure that your product is look good. For example, when you would like to present to your project owner, okay. So also we are having the solution for the document archive and CRM, as well as the business intelligence, okay. So this one is also interesting for the construction area. So we having this solution called the smart helmet for the engineers security system. So we have this kind of helmet which we keep with the GPS tracking. So this will be synchronized to the backend application. So the management tool will be able to track the engineer, where they are working, what are they doing. So it will also provide the status. For example, we have integration with the other tools like smart bracelet, smart button. For example, this smart bracelet will keep monitoring about the engineer, the heart rate, the temperature, the fall sensor. So if the engineer having any accident, so the tool will immediately notify back to the back-end system. So the team at the back-end will be able to make sure to support this engineer on time. Okay, and also it's very effective to keep track on the engineer whether they are working effectively and productively and very active in the field. Okay, so this will help a lot in the construction area. Okay, so next one is about premier service. So we have our expert to help you provide the consultation and analytic for example, like you would like to have the support on analyze and optimize SQL Server performance, whether you have been configured it correctly, whether you are over purchasing the software licenses. So we will help you to optimize all of this, or maybe you have some gap of the somewhere you need to complement, then this kind of service will help you and we provide all the report and analytic for you to have a plan ahead for the budget, or make sure you are meeting the criteria of the audit or something. Yeah. Next one is about the outsourcing and technical support. So we also having our team providing the IT support and especially the infrastructure support and cloud service support. So this is called the reactive support. So in case you don't have enough team, you want your IT people to focus on more strategic thing. You want your IT people to be spend the time on more important things. So you can upload some of the work tasks on this kind of support. When you have problem, you can reach out to Softline. We always have our team stand by to support you 24/7. So feel free to reach out to Softline and asking for the detail of the support contract. So this team will be ready to provide the support to you. Okay. Last but not least, why should you consider Softline? So there are 5 reasons why you should consider Softline. First, Softline is reliable, and we have expertise and proficiency in the IT market, more than 25 years of experience. And second is we are the one we are one point of contact, so you can contact to Softline. We have all the solution that you need. And for the third point is Softline is always within your reach. So we have many branches around the world. So in case your company is growing up from Cambodia, you're having another branch in other countries, such as in Malaysia, or you have the branches in Laos, Myanmar, or Vietnam. So we already have our presence there. So in this case, you don't have to worry. So we can manage to support you across all the branches that you have. Okay. For number 4 is the qualification and expertise. So Softline is recognized by our customer and vendor and the market expert. And last one, Softline is trusted by our leading market players, small and medium business, as well as the government and academic institution. Okay, so that's pretty much about Softline. So I would like to hand over this opportunity to our next speaker, Mr. Wu, which going to present about SketchUp. So welcome, Mr. Wu. Thank you.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me. Hello everyone. I'm Vuchan, technical specialist at Konya Company. We're an authorized distributor and reseller of well-known manufacturers, Autodesk, Trimble, and Kiss. So in this part, I would like to introduce SketchUp. SketchUp is owned by Trimble in 2012. It is the premier 3D design software that to really make 3D modeling for everyone.
Excuse me, are you sharing the screen? Sorry.
Do you see my screen?
Okay, I see. Sorry. Thank you. Please continue.
Okay, I will to continue. SketchUp is the premier 3D design software that make 3D modeling for everyone with a simple to learn but robust toolset that empower you to create projects based on your ideas and your visualization. So in this session, the main content consists of 3 parts: SketchUp Pro Overview, SketchUp in various industry, and main features tool in SketchUp Pro. To begin with, we'll find out SketchUp Pro Overview. You can see on my slide, that is a SketchUp ecosystem with many great tools when we have a SketchUp Pro license. So if you want to use trial SketchUp version, you can access this link, sketchup.com, and try SketchUp button. You can just sign up with the new Trimble account to and you can use SketchUp for 30 days free trial with full feature. Yeah, in addition to SketchUp Pro for desktop, you can access and use SketchUp through the many different platforms, such as SketchUp for web. It's a support for Chrome, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge, etc. And SketchUp Viewer for Android or iOS. When SketchUp is installed, it will include tools such as layout to go to the 2D drawing and Style Builder. So this is the project made by SketchUp, as you can see. I will open the My SketchUp. Yeah, it's also the project in SketchUp. This the SketchUp interface. You can see the many icon of features. It's very friendly interface. You can rotate or adjust the orbit easily and quickly. So in the second part, we're gonna find out which industries SketchUp have been applied. On SketchUp used a lot in engineering industry, especially architecture. SketchUp used to model residential building from interior to exterior landscape designs. SketchUp have been applied for construction with a beam workflow or furniture production, such as a wooden cabinet, a bookshelf. In MEP, SketchUp can model plumbing, electrical lines. So we also can model even area for media and entertainment industry. Or design a 3D retail store or 3D site to manage the construction process, or create assembly 2D drawing for wood products. So great. So that's why SketchUp popular all over the world and trusted by users. It is the second part. So now we go to the third part. We will take the deeper look at the features, tools in SketchUp Pro. Firstly, 3D modeling. Now we turn back to SketchUp interface. Here we have the model, the 3D model in my SketchUp project. So I will try to create the rectangle. Just to click. Yeah, I want to push up to create the 3D object. Very easy. To rotate or adjust the orbit. Besides, you can color it with many kind of material. It's so easy to choose the material you want. In the toolbar, you can see the many tools you can support you to create 3D model quickly, rectangle in the shape, or you can create a circle and art or line. It's very, it just click into the object. You can extrude my geometries to be 3D. So you can adjust the shadow setting to create the scene. Scene is the view. If you want to save this view, you can create the scene. It's my scene. So when you change your view, you can double click in the old scene. The old scene will appear immediately. It's easy. If you have trouble with how to use the many features in the SketchUp Pro, you can check in the instructor. You can see the step-by-step how to use that feature. Yeah, that is the main thing of 3D modeling. So we go to the next feature and tool in SketchUp Pro. It is the documenting drawing. Documenting drawing, you can export a 3D model to the document drawing in layout. So see 3D model, click file, send to layout. Layout is 2D documenting drawing tool in the SketchUp. You can send it layout. The layout is open. Yeah, it show you is the 2D drawing. You can create a dimension, any kind of dimension. Also create some annotation for this drawing. It's very quickly. The many kind of setting for the style, for the layer, something like that. So about collaboration. SketchUp provide the user Trimble Connect tool. It is a collaborative tool to connect and share data for stakeholders in project. Owner, general, constructor, or subcontractor can connect all together. We can share. I go to the Trimble Connect for web. Yeah, this is Trimble Connect interface. You can see you can add the data, the upload and download it. It is shared data for project member with permission you choose. You can read 3D model from a SketchUp Revit. Okay, I will open it. You can read a 3D model from the SketchUp Revit or IFC format file directly in Trimble Connect. Is the SketchUp file. Please wait me a bit. Besides, you can track the activity of user or create to-dos, some annotation from the file, or check, create the team. It's a very useful tool to connect your team in the project. It's nearly to ready. Yeah, you can see this model is a SketchUp model. When you upload it in Trimble Connect, you can read directly in the web. They are very convenient. And that is collaboration in SketchUp Pro. So about SketchUp Library, you have two big resources to refer for your project. Firstly, it is a 3D warehouse. 3D warehouse is a tremendous resource and online community for anyone who create or use 3D models. Yeah, in my SketchUp, I will open 3D warehouse in this, and you can type the object, the name object you want to download. You can see the many kind of desks you can use free. Just click and drop into your project easily. So about plugin source, it is the extension warehouse. So extension warehouse extension warehouse is an online resource full of the plugin developed especially for SketchUp. The extension enable you to add special tool and feature to SketchUp. Other thing is to have you save more time for many kind of tasks. You can to join the edge and the curves into the polyline. To choose the new scenes. And in extension, my extension have a VRay for SketchUp. And VRay for SketchUp is also a plugin in SketchUp. This tool help you to render the view in SketchUp to be the photorealistic picture you can see. When you just click to run V-ray for SketchUp to render, it's create a realistic photo for you to see. So to take the broader and deeper about what is V-ray for SketchUp, what the main feature V-ray for SketchUp have, and how to use it effectively. Yeah, I would like to invite Hans Sealing from Chaos to continue our webinar with a presentation on V-ray for SketchUp. Before Hans Sealing to continue this webinar, please complete the quick in the chat box. It takes some minutes to complete. When we complete, we continue this webinar with V-ray for SketchUp, please.
Tôi đây bong tầng ở kia bong icon quiz môi này lơ screen bỏ bóng rồi còn ở trong chat bong ai chui status quiz hay bong ai chui cho sầm nụ ở trong này tích ban này bóng ai xong mọi bong chui có pin quiz nâng tầng ở kia bóng ở con chớn bong Hello, Boo. We did not hear you. You are on mute.
Hello, I'm here. This is nearly to time to continue the VRay for SketchUp. Please, Hanseling, a CEG from CARES to continue this webinar. Thank you.
Okay. Hello. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. I'm very excited to walk you through some great new features that now in VRay for SketchUp, Chaos Vantage, and Chaos Cosmos. Over the following part of the webinar, I'm going to talk about some pretty amazing stuff. First, we are introducing real-time visualization throughout the entire design process with VRevision. We've got a new feature that are going to light your scenes automatically, and it's called LightGen. We also added some randomization controls to textures that can give your material an extra touch of realism. And another really exciting new feature is called Light Mix. It allows you to adjust lighting without having to re-render. After that, we are going to see what Chaos Vantage and what is Chaos Vantage and what is Chaos Cosmos. Okay. Here, I'm just run you through some kind of projects that you may working on. Maybe you're doing some interior design, like bathroom, kitchen, home office, or some houses, or large-scale projects. Really, SketchUp and V-ray can turn it into a full realistic work of art. But when we look at the ways that people are using rendering, we often get into a design process that takes the most of our time, maybe most of it. And the last part, when we want to share our ideas with our team or clients, that's when we come to render. We sort of looking at this like we spend 80% of time in one thing and 20% of time with another. But what if we can bring real-time visualization to that 80%, where you are constantly design and then render? The thing is that we want to make sure that we have the full spectrum covered and there wasn't a gap between what you didn't design and what you're doing rendering. So with VRay 5 for SketchUp, we are introducing this. It's a continuous spectrum where you have real time all the time and the rendering at any time. So that means in the entire process of visualization, the rendering is fluid from start to finish. I'll explain how. So one of the most exciting new features in VRay 5 for SketchUp is called VRevision. VRevision is a fully real-time visualization system. Normally, when you looking at your SketchUp model, it looks like this. And with VRevision, now you can see that in real time. It looks much better with all your textures, with all your lightings, all in real time. And then when you are ready to render the final image, you can always take it to that next level of realism. So this is the final render with VRay. And this is a real-time rendering preview with VRevision. And this is your SketchUp model, SketchUp project. So that's the whole idea of VRevision. Here in the video, you can see on the left is your SketchUp window, and on the right is your VRevision window. I'm building some blocks, and all of the modeling operations reflected on the right. It's all happening in real time. So you can add materials, you can add some entourage like trees, and you can add people, you can add tables and chairs, and also you can tweak the lights. You can change the direction of a sunlight, and you can switch to another, sky background image, and also you can walk through. You can just walk in your project. It's all in real time. Okay, and this feature is called Light Generator, and this is my favorite feature in VRay SketchUp. Imagine you have already built your model, you have finished your project, but you have completely no idea what it's going to like, and you want to try out different sky backgrounds, and Light Generator can automatically do this for you. Here is the user interface of LightGen, and you can choose what kind of image you want to do. This is exterior, this is interior. For example, I would choose exterior, and here we have different sky images, unique styles. For example, I choose 35 different sky type, and for each sky type, I will rotate it 3 times. So I will have hundreds of different outcomes of these, thumbnails. So when you click render, when you click generate, it will generate more than 100 variations of your project. It's very amazing. Imagine you already have this model, and it will generate the thumbnails of your project right now. You can see here, and when you click render, it will automatically generate different thumbnails. And if you don't know how to render, it doesn't matter. Just use this feature, and all the parameters will be right, and all the exposures will be right. You can just choose whatever you like, and all the parameters will import it into VRay system with just one click. So, for example, I will choose this one, and I click render, and when I click render, it will take to the final render step. You can see a high resolution final render image. It will save a lot of time. So before, when we want to test different skies, I need to have a big database, big sky archive, and I will manually try out different skies, but LightGen can do it automatically. And here is another great new features. Randomization is vital to photorealistic rendering. And here you can see I have this floor. The texture is repeating. And with new random features in VRay, we can add some offset. We can add some random brightness You can see it's become lighter and darker. It becomes natural. And you don't have to do it manually. Just with one click, we can have this random effects. And here's another example. You can see on the sofa, the leathering texture. The leather texture is repeating itself. It's very ugly, and just with the new feature in VRify, we can use a feature called stochastic tiling. And when you click that, when you check on that feature, it automatically rotate and blend the texture together. Now you see a very nice tiling texture. You cannot see all the seams and the repeating. So this feature is called Light Mix. Light Mix is super good. And imagine, I don't know if you guys have done rendering before, but imagine you have already rendered the whole image, and you just want to turn up or turn down a light a little bit, or you just want to change the color of a light a little bit. Before you have to re-render the entire image again. But with Light Mix feature, you do not need to re-render. You just render the whole image and tweak it after the final render. I will show you with a live demo. Here you can see my desktop. I have a SketchUp model like this. So in VRay, I just need to add a render element called Light Mix, and I will click render to have this final render like this. This is just the image, but the interesting thing is when I click the Light Mix source, you can see I can actually control all of the light in the scene. And I can turn on each light one by one. It's all separated. And for example, if I want to change the color of this light, I will find that. I think this one is okay. I'll find it. I can turn it up like 2 times or 3 times. Or I can change the color. I click this color swatch. And here we have a color temperature. And I can switch to a warm color like 3000 Kelvin. This is scientific. And okay, you can see that you can tweak the brightness and the color of the light after you have rendered the whole image. This is a great new feature in VRify. It's called Light Mix. So this video is about Cosmos. Cosmos is a new feature. Cosmos is a new feature in V-ray for SketchUp, in V-ray for 3ds Max, and Revit and Rhino. It's a free content library. So V-ray users can use all of this for free. You can see trees, and you can choose furniture and place it, drag and drop it right into your SketchUp model, SketchUp scene. And yeah, click render, and it's all render ready. You do not need to tweak any of the materials. It's all optimized for different modeling tools. And I will show you in a pre-recorded demo. Here, imagine you have already finished your project, and it's ready to render. But the sketch model looks like this, and when you click render, you definitely won't have a nice image because the whole scene is empty. You need to add more, entourage like trees, bushes, people, cars, and table and chairs, something like that. So I will click here to open the Cosmos. It's our free content library for every VRay users. You can see different categories like furniture, accessories, lighting, and so on. You can choose different tags. Like here, I click on Office. It lists out all of the things you may need when you build up an office scene. And I choose vegetation and trees. I can browse, go over different trees. Here I can choose whatever I want. And when you click on this on the first time, you need to download it. You only need to download it once. And you can see the details with this preview image. So I can import it into our SketchUp scene. And you can see in the SketchUp, it's not a complete complex tree model. It's optimized just for SketchUp. It's very abstract. It's just a proxy. It's just a placeholder. But when you place all of your trees in the scene, you are ready to render. When you click render, you can see unrealistic tree. Here I add some trees, grass, and table, and click render. You can see here it's a simple model, and here is a realistic, photorealistic model. And in this demo, I will show you VRevision. VRay Cosmos is compatible with VRevision, so you can see all of your models in detail in VRevision. And the interesting feature is we all know that SketchUp has its own animation system. When you add different camera tabs in SketchUp, SketchUp itself will generate an animation sequence, and the VRevision can automatically, detect these animation, and you can see a play bar on the bottom of the VRevision window, and I can just click play. You can see the preview of this animation. At the bottom, we have animation play. And also you can export this animation. So maybe this is the fastest way you can export your SketchUp animation and in real-time rendering with all lighting and textures. Maybe it's the fastest way. And I will show you this short animation. It's pretty fast. It only takes less than 1 second to render each frame, because VRevision is just a real-time render. So each frame is pretty fast to render. And here, I'm going to introduce
Vantage, an
Vantage.
all-new way to explore detailed 3D scenes in high-quality real-time. Chaos Vantage can handle scenes of any size, even the most detailed cityscapes. It's effortless to set up too. Use a live link with 3ds Max, or simply drag and drop your V-ray scene file to start exploring in real time without any model preparation or light baking. Changes you make in your Max scene, like changes to lights, cameras, and materials, are all updated live in Vantage. Set up and save as many views as you'd like. and automatically transition between views for powerful interactive presentations. Chaos Vantage is the fastest way for you to explore your 3D production scenes in high-quality real-time. Get started today.
So, Chaos Vantage is also a real-time renderer. So what's the difference between Chaos Vantage and VRevision? Chaos Vantage is a standalone real-time rendering software, and also Chaos Vantage is a retraced real-time, 100% retraced real-time renderer. And VRevision is just a rasterizer. It's very fast, but Chaos Vantage have the most powerful retrace feature, and the material quality will be photorealistic. So I will show you with this demo. Pay attention to this. You need to actually have an NVIDIA RTX GPU card to use Chaos Vantage, because it's all based on this RTX technology. It's ray traced. And here, how to use Chaos Vantage with V-ray for SketchUp. I'll click here and export the whole SketchUp scene into a V-ray scene file. This is a V-ray scene file I just exported. And I'll open Chaos Vantage and drag and drop this file into Chaos Vantage window. Drag this scene file, drop it into Chaos Vantage window, and we'll load our scene into Chaos Vantage, and you can see immediately the ray traced result. And I'll tweak the exposure a little bit because it's kind of dark at first time. And now I can just actually walk through the scene. All is rendering in real time and ray traced. For example, I'll move forward and take our camera in front of our glass desk. Because it's ray traced, so you can see the reflections on this glass desk. It's reflecting these accessories on top of it. And you can see the right reflections, the right refractions, and you can see the right highlights. It's reflecting the sun and have a glowing effect. So this is the power of real-time ray traced rendering. And in this demo, Chaos Vantage is a very convenient way to explore and render your scene. And it have an LUT feature. So with this lookup table files, you can quickly change the looks of your final image. You can test out different lookup table, and you can tweak the intensity of the color correction. All right. This is verified for SketchUp Features, Chaos Cosmos, and Chaos Vantage. Thank you.
Today បងទាំងអស់គ្នាបងសូមរំខានជួយ provide ទៅលើ quiz ទី 2 នេះដែរបងអរគុណបងច្រើនបងហើយបងអាចមានសំណួរបងអាចសួរនៅក្នុង chat box នេះក៏បានឬក៏អាចបង provide ជា feedback form ហើយបងអាច note នៅក្នុងនោះក៏បានដែរខាង cell ពួកខ្ញុំនឹងតាក់ទងទៅខាងបងអញ្ចឹងណា Okay, do you have any question that you want to ask our vendor and also to the distributor? So then you can raise your hand, then we can unmute you. You can ask. And please have to provide feedback form, which my team already dropped in the chat, and also you can scan this QR code in the screen, then you can provide via your phone. Chẳngសូមរំខានបងជួយ provide feedback form នៅក្នុង chat box នេះផងបងអាចជួយ click លើ link ហ្នឹងទៅបងអាចជួយ provide feedback form ឬមួយក៏អាចយើង scan QR code ហើយបងអាច provide feedback នេះតាមរយៈទូរស័ព្ទដៃបងក៏បានដែរបង Just want to have a quick check if anyone have any question.បងអាចចុចនៅលើ link ដែលខាង team ខ្ញុំគាត់ ដាក់នៅក្នុង chat ហ្នឹងបងចុចនៅលើ link ហ្នឹងទៅឃើញ fill your form ហ៎បងឬក៏បងអាចយកកាមេរ៉ាទូរស័ព្ទថតលើដាក់លើ QR code នេះទៅគឺវា scan ទៅរក web browser ហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងបងអាច fill ពីក្នុងទូរស័ព្ទដៃក៏បានដែរបង ចាបង Okay, seems like there is no question from audience. So
I think we have questions.
Okay.
So the question from Mr. Rich Sugan, what is the spec of the PC requirement to install SketchUp? Okay, Mr. Wu, can you advise on this question?
Hello, Wu. We cannot hear you.
Oh, hello. I see that's the question. What is the specification, the PC requirement to install SketchUp? Oh, thank you, Soon. So I show you my scene. Okay, with SketchUp, you can check this. Yeah, you can check this link to check detailedly about the specification system requirement from SketchUp. With you can use Windows 10. I recommended the hardware is about 8 gigabyte RAM. Yeah, and so minimum 4 gigabyte RAM. And if you're using the Mac OS, you can check it. I will send this link to you. Thank you for this question. Do you have any question about the SketchUp or VRay for SketchUp?
Okay បងអាចមានសំណួរអីបន្ថែមទៀតបងអាចដាក់នៅក្នុង chat នេះបន្តទៀតបានពួកខ្ញុំអាចនៅ stand by 5 នាទីដើម្បីឆ្លើយសំណួរទៅខាងបង Okay, we have two more questions from Maylims. Can we use SketchUp for BIM? This question is true. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Hello, for yeah, we can use SketchUp for BIM from yeah, I will show you the Trimble Connect tool. Is it the BIM tool in the BIM workflow? You can because you can share the SketchUp data file or the IFC format file, Revive file, and something like that into this to a storage, and you can open directly in the Trimble Connect, especially about SketchUp. Yeah, you can see we'll show you the Trimble Connect in toolbar. Yeah, upload the SketchUp model into the Trimble Connect storage. And in the more detail about the BIM workflow with SketchUp, you can I will introduce more detail in some next webinar about how to use SketchUp for BIM workflow and how can we do that. Thank you.
Okay, and we have one more question from Mr. Chunan. Is SketchUp and V-ray support Windows 7?
Hi, I've just checked in VRay Cal's help documents. VRay 5 can only run on Windows 8.1 and Windows 10.
Okay, and we have one more question from Mr. Sotir. Maybe to Hans. You can check the message, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between Charles Vantage and Vision? Works only for SketchUp and Vantage. Okay.
Yeah, the difference between these two, VRevision is definitely not a standalone tool, and it does not have ray trace feature. It's a rasterizer, just like for example, it's like a game engine, and it's pretty fast for lighting and texturing preview. And I think Rhino Revit, and SketchUp have VRevision feature. And the Chaos Vantage is a standalone ray traced real-time rendering tool. It requires an NVIDIA RTX video card, and the quality is pretty good, and it can hold up a very huge scenes and with millions and millions of polygons. And also in Chaos Vantage have its own built-in animation tools to arrange the cameras and to edit the videos.
Okay, thank you, Celine. Mr. Suthir, let us know if it is clarified or you want more detail. Please let us know. And one more question from Mr. Kung Supal, can be import, right? Can be transport or import AutoCAD to SketchUp or SketchUp to AutoCAD?
Oh, hello, Kong. Thank you for this question. Yeah, we can import the AutoCAD file into the SketchUp. I will show you my SketchUp right now. Yeah, I have the SketchUp model. If you want to export the 2D drawing into the AutoCAD, you can click to the file, export, and 2D graphic. Especially if you set the many view in the SketchUp model, you have to export many times in each view. So you can choose the export format file is a DWG or DXF. Then you run AutoCAD. So import this DWG file into the AutoCAD. Yeah, DWG is a tool format file the AutoCAD can open and read, and you can use it to documenting the 2D drawing in AutoCAD. It's the same. You can import the AutoCAD file into the SketchUp model with the file. The format file is DWG or DXF. Okay, I will show you my CAD file. We import into my SketchUp. When you import the file, I have file DWG. Okay, I start import. You can check the option, the more setting in option button. Your geometry, position, scale to set the unit. And you OK and start import. It show you into SketchUp model, your SketchUp model, and you can build extrude from this 2D CAD into the 3D object. Example is the blend 2D blend. Yeah, you can extrude, explode. It is some line, some CAD line. So create face. Yeah, it's easy to combination or the connection with between AutoCAD and SketchUp. Thank you for this question.
Okay, thank you. We have two questions more from Bong Kesey. Will be to Hans. Is the file feature that you presented is installed directly with VRay file or need to install individually? And another one is, can VRay file work with any version of SketchUp?
VRay support SketchUp 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay. And another question is how to use Cosmo in VRay.
So when you installed VRay 5, there is one Cosmos icon right on the toolbar in your SketchUp user interface. Just click on that Cosmos icon and it will open up an browser, and you can choose the assets. Just click and drop the assets into your SketchUp scene. That's a intuitive experience.
Okay, thank you, Han. So is there any question more from our audience? Okay, I think we are run over the times, 26 minutes. Thank you so much for all guests and even for the vendors from Charles Group and Konya. Thank you so much for joining us with this webinar. We hope that the session is useful for all of you. And feel free to reach out to us in case you need our consultants on the licensing or the support that you need us to consult for your licensings. Yes, we are happy to support all of you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, Softline team.
Okay.
Thank you, Han.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, thank you, everyone. Yes, have a nice day.
Yes,
Stay safe.